What you eat really just determines your life. Not to be dramatic, but this is actually really good.
She's really good.
I can't wait for my husband to come home and be shocked that his wife actually liked it up. I hate to cook. You got to prioritize your physical health. Good morning, you guys. What is up? Welcome back to another vlog on my channel. If you guys are new here, I create productive mom content, fitness, wellness, just the things that I do throughout my life, the habits and the routines that help me stay together as a mother. We're gonna be doing a what I eat in a day. So if you guys are interested in what I eat, this is gonna be the video. Oh, I just spilled coffee all over the ground. Not a good thing. Also, my face is like super sunburnt right now because we just got back from a vacation in Florida. My husband and I left the kids for a few days. We came back. I miss my kids so much. They grew up so much within just a few days. It's crazy. It was an amazing vacation, but I got really sunburnt because I forgot to put on sunscreen on my face, which never happens, but it did. Anyways, we are rested. We are primed. We ate out a lot, but now we are ready to get back into the swing of things and back into routine, which means back into eating healthy foods, okay? On the days that I work out, which is usually 5 days a week, I eat at maintenance, which for me is 2,000 calories. On the days that I have rest days where I don't go into the gym, I eat at a very slight cut at 1,800 calories. I used to track calories very religiously so I could just get an idea of how much was in everything. So right now I'm not tracking calories to a T, but because I have so much knowledge on this, I already like kind of know exactly what goes into everything. I do a meal service prep for someone where I have to count every single calorie, and I do that on a weekly basis. So I'm very familiar with counting calories. You guys don't need to do this, but I would say if you want to get an idea of how much is in each food, I do recommend counting calories for 1 to 2 days at least. You don't have to keep up with it, but it's a good way to just figure out how much food is in everything. It's a lot of work, I know. Trust me, I know how it is as a mom. It's like the one last thing you want to add on your list is starting to count every calorie. But just so you guys know, if you want to lose weight or you want to get leaner, which for me, my goal is just to get leaner, you're going to have an idea of how much you're eating. And the only way to do that is to count calories, okay? So I'm not saying do this forever, but just for a few days, just to get an idea. So let's just jump right into it. I just got the bacon out of the oven. Just so you guys know, also, my goal is to get leaner. I'm already at a weight that I like, and I've been working out at the gym consistently for over 5 months now. But when it comes to my diet, I eat so that I can stay lean, maintain the muscle that I have. I could gain muscle even faster if I ate a surplus in calories, but for me, I'm really trying to stay lean at the same time, which is hard to do. This is like the sweet spot that I found that works for me, but everybody is different. So hopefully, if anything, this can just give you some inspiration for what you can eat throughout the day. Okay, so starting off strong with breakfast, this is what we are having. It is just some scrambled eggs. I think this is about like 3 eggs here, and then 2 pieces of bacon. Now, I will say normally I put cottage cheese in my eggs so that they are higher in protein and a little more calories, but we ran out of cottage cheese. So basically this is what we're dealing with. This is the breakfast. I eat this every single day of the week. This is the breakfast I eat every single morning. It makes me feel the best because it's protein and fats, which fuels me for my workout, which I'm going to do right after. Starting off with the savory breakfast that fills me up is so important for keeping my blood sugar levels up during the day, feeling my best until lunchtime. Another thing that I will say, and you will notice, is that I do not snack throughout the day. I don't eat anything between breakfast and lunch or between lunch and dinner. I basically eat 4 meals a day. I eat breakfast, lunch, dinner, and then at the very end I eat a bedtime snack. So that's technically 4 meals a day, and that's what just helps me feel the best. In addition with that, I also drink my latte. This is around 65 to 75 calories because of the milk and creamer that I add, but this is basically what I eat with my breakfast every single morning without exception. This obviously does have sugar in it from the creamer, but it's not a lot. I think it's only like 8 grams total. So this would be the only like sugary thing that I have throughout my day. But anyways, yeah, this is my latte. That's my breakfast. Ready to go? Go. Come on. time for a quick little grocery haul. I went to Aldi's, and I normally don't go to Aldi's for a ton of things. Like, I usually do my weekly shopping at Costco. I only go to Aldi's for ground beef, and I buy like a ton of ground beef when I go, like 15 to 20 pounds at a time. But this time I decided not to go to Costco yet because there's not like a ton of groceries I need, just a few things to supplement what we have for the week. First things first, I bought this Atlantic salmon for tonight's dinner. I just kind of felt like trying something different. Coming back from our trip when we were in Florida, I just feel like I want to change up the palate. I do not like fish, and I normally don't like salmon, but my mom does make it pretty good, so I'm gonna try and replicate what she does. And this was only 19, so I was like, okay. Then I also got some sweet potatoes here, some regular potatoes, Brussels sprouts because I have such a bad habit of not eating enough vegetables. Got some broccoli, and my thing is, if I don't eat these vegetables tonight, the day I bought them, I'm probably not going to touch them the rest of the week. So we are going to have to make these vegetables to eat tonight. No excuses, okay? Bananas, we got some strawberries. These were on sale for like $1.89. What else? We got just 3 pounds of ground beef. Like I said, I normally go and buy a ton, but I just wanted a few things to just supplement what's in my freezer right now. Got 1 cucumber, 2 cans of these cannelli beans. Got some whole milk yogurt here, Greek yogurt, plain of course, no added sugars, and then just half a gallon of milk to hold us over until I go to Costco this weekend. So that is it, and this was all $74. So let's go ahead and start preparing lunch. It's 11:30. I'm gonna make my signature rice, sweet potato, ground beef dish for lunch today. I'm really excited. This is like my favorite thing to eat, and it's really healthy, simple, and fast for the moms that don't want to spend their life in the kitchen. Whoa, girl, that was a bit too much seasoning. I don't know what in the world I was thinking there. My kids are currently outside playing, so that's why I love to start on lunch or dinner when they're occupied outside and they're not in the way in the house. Kind of share a little bit more about the type of food that we eat. I am a person with not a huge appetite, and then one of my struggles is actually eating enough food because I feel like I always just eat barely enough to keep me going until the next meal. And that's really bad for me because I struggle with low blood sugar and dizziness. I don't really want the workouts that I do in the gym to be in vain, so that's why I try to make foods that are really satiating and nutrient dense, and therefore I don't have to eat a ton of it. It just fills me up faster. We honestly just eat a lot of chicken and ground beef in this house. I feel like most people do too. Sweet potatoes are a staple. I eat these multiple times a week, and they just are full of nutrients, fiber, and they're a good source of natural carb. I do bake homemade bread only for my family. Like, we never buy bread, but I honestly just don't eat a lot because I feel like bread doesn't take you as far with energy as other things. So instead of eating and filling up on bread that I'm just going to be hungry in a little bit, I'd rather fill up on things like sweet potatoes or regular potatoes or ground beef or beans or things that will just be higher in protein, higher in carbs, that will take me further. It's not like I have a strict diet. I don't like intentionally restrict myself from eating. I've honestly just, my taste palette has changed. I really like simple foods. Eating out makes me feel terrible. Like, I always have a gut ache every single time I eat out. It's actually kind of annoying because like sometimes my husband and I just want to go out for a date night, and I just know that I'm gonna feel bad. I hate to cook. I hate spending a ton of time in the kitchen. I have 2 young kids that need me. I'd rather spend my time cleaning the house and attending to my kids than cooking all day. So I just try to make it really simple. I rotate through some of the same dishes over and over again. I use my crock pot, things like that, to just make things simple. I prep meals earlier in the day. That way, come dinner time, all I have to do is pop it in the oven, things like that. But I find that like one of the most important priorities a mom needs to have is taking care of her physical health. Your sleep, your nutrition, your movement, your body. This is priority for a mom because you cannot be the wife, you cannot be the mother, you cannot be the Christian you need to be when you are physically unwell. You got to prioritize your physical health. Put everything else aside and make yourself good, healthy meals. Eat consistently, eat high protein. It is so crucial to your health because I can just tell you, I know if I'm not taking care of my physical body, my children will suffer. And I know that kids are demanding, especially at this young age. And it was really hard for me to make good meals and eat when I had younger kids, even younger than this. What you eat really just determines your life. Like, not to be dramatic, but, and this goes beyond looks. Of course, we all want to look fit and look good. This goes far beyond that. This goes to how you feel and function in every area of your life. Hopefully this video can motivate you to just learn how to implement some systems to make some healthier, wholer foods. I don't know if that's a word. Also, I just realized that there's so much garbage and trash in the background. I apologize for that. We got back from our vacation and my husband and I completely unpacked everything in our suitcases, reset all of the items we took on vacation, kitchen, but we did not reset the kids' items. So basically we left the kids with my parents the whole weekend, and they have a whole bunch of wash and stuff I need to take care of. So that's what all of that is. Kids are playing so nicely outside, so I want to like hurry up and get this prep done before they need me again. Excuse the mess, but I'll show you my favorite method of cutting sweet potatoes so that way the kids can eat it easier and you can eat it easier. So I'll just show you on a new one. Just start by cutting off the ends. Cut down the middle, and this works on big potatoes or small potatoes like this. Cut it in half, turn it to the side, and kind of just cut it in slices. So yeah, it takes definitely more work than just cutting the big chunks, but this is how I really enjoy eating my sweet potato. It just tastes better because they get more roasted when they're cut smaller like this. So yeah, just be careful not to cut your fingers, but this is my preferred method. And then I will just throw them here on this thing, season them with garlic, salt, and pepper. That's it. We'll throw them in the oven at 425 for, I don't even set a timer with any of my food really. Like, it's rare I set timers. So I think I just do it until everything starts to become soft and browned. Use the 100% grass-fed. Is this even organic? Yeah, apparently it is. Anyways, but the point is, it's 93% lean, 7% fat. So this is the more expensive option at Aldi, but this is the one that's leaner and it's less fat, which is why I like it. It's less calories pretty significantly. This is 170 per serving. The other one is like 240 per serving. But I like to get the one that is leaner by far. Okay. So as you see here, this is my lunch: rice, ground beef, and sweet potatoes. I just realized I forgot to put taco seasoning because normally I do in the beef, but this is fine. I have the kids' bowls out here as well. I feed them. Basically everything that I eat is what they eat. That's what I'm having for lunch, and then I'm making my husband his own little thing for tomorrow's lunch. So I just finished prepping the last of dinner. This is the salmon that we're going to be cooking tonight. Over here I also have the vegetables we're going to be eating tonight with the salmon. This is the quinoa, which I will add water to once we are closer to dinner time. So I'm just going to set that over there. Such a bad sunburn on my face. This is the Solar Recovery Save Your Skin. This is actually so trendy and popular. It's funny because my husband's family is the one who showed this to me, and now I'm seeing them in every single little shop and bougie store and boutique. So it's interesting how this just got exploded on the internet. But anyways, it's really good for when you have sunburns. At least I like to think it's good. I don't know if it actually does anything. So I just wanted to let you guys know that making that lunch and prepping dinner literally took me an hour with cleanup. I cleaned up the whole kitchen and did the dishes under an hour this morning. All right. So I just wanted to say that because I feel like there is this consensus or this idea that to cook everything from scratch, you need to spend hours and hours in the kitchen. And that is just not true. It depends on the meals that you choose. It also depends your methods. So I feel like for me, when I was first getting into making food from scratch, it took me way longer because I was learning how to do things. I had to follow recipes. I had to set timers for the potatoes. I had to learn how to use seasonings. But now that I've just exercised that muscle and gotten used to it, it is so quick and easy for me. A few tips here: clean the kitchen as you go, put the kids outside or give them some new different toys while you're trying to do this in the morning, and prep dinner in the morning. That way, when dinner time comes, I just have to put the vegetables and the salmon into the oven, put the water and the quinoa on the stove, and that is it. We're ready to have dinner. Really simple and fast. Eating healthy just requires making an effort. It's not being lazy. It's not going for the easy option. I've really just trained myself of lately, especially, that if I am hungry out and about, we are not stopping to get fast food. We are gonna make it home. We're gonna pull something up together, and you can make your life easier by having like turkey and cheese in the fridge ready for a quick snack, or having pre-cooked beef or chicken in the freezer so that you just defrost it really quick and throw it on something. You can make your life easier with these little different hacks and tricks. But another thing I would say is do not buy freezer meals. Do not buy snacks. Do not buy prepackaged processed things, because you are going to reach for those so much more if they are readily available. Setting your environment up for success is so important, and I just try to limit limit what processed or packaged things I bring into my house, and we don't even use them as an option. I will say that I sometimes do eat lentils that are prepackaged from Costco and goodles that are prepackaged from Costco. Those are kind of the only two things I have on hand, mostly for the kids, mostly if someone comes over and I need to feed them really quick. Quick word on sugar, breaking your addiction with junk foods and unhealthy foods and snacking. It's just something that you have to do like a habit for a certain amount of time consistently, and the more you do it, the easier it becomes. I don't miss eating junk food. I don't miss eating sugar. In fact, when I eat baked goods, when I eat sugar, when I eat junk food, I feel terrible to the point where I don't even want to taste it because it's that bad for my gut. The next thing I'm gonna eat, because this is what I eat in a day after all, is a few strawberries. I just washed some for my kids. Wait, these are so good. I should have gotten way more. Put the broccoli and Brussels sprouts in the oven, added the quinoa to the stove, that's cooking. And I did just want to share with you guys really quick that instead of adding 2 cups of water to the 1 cup of quinoa, I added 2 cups of chicken bone broth. Now, I'm all about finding extra ways to sneak protein into my food, and this is definitely one of them if you guys are just wondering. Instead of using water for your rice or your quinoa, you can just use bone broth. It is 9 grams of protein per cup, and I use 2 cups, so that is a total of 18 grams of added protein to the dinner, which is a really good thing. The calories aren't that high. It's like 45 calories a serving. Just make sure that you get the chicken bone broth, not the chicken stock, because chicken stock is not the same thing and it's not as high in protein as the bone broth. I added this to that, and so it's also going to add a much more like earthy flavor. Is earthy the right word? I don't think that's the right word, but you get what I'm saying. It adds more flavor actually to the rice and to the quinoa, and it makes it taste better. Kids have been sleeping for over 2.5 hours. Like, it's actually crazy. I edited this whole vlog, finished a whole book. I don't even know what else to do. You know, I'm just at this point. Yeah, usually I eat dinner around 5 p.m. and then go on a walk immediately after. So I'm really excited for the walk, to be outside in nature. I literally look forward to my walks. Like, that's my therapy session with the Lord, okay? That's my time to think. That's my time to just, you know, breathe. There are the vegetables, and then here is the quinoa. I'm gonna add the salmon and a little bit down there. I wanted to show you the progress of my herb garden. I literally show this in every single vlog. You're probably sick of seeing it. The cilantro has been growing like crazy, tripled in size. The basil has tripled in size, but there's something that's eating it, as you can see there. Let me see if I can hold that with my toe. Something has definitely been eating the basil. The parsley back there is thriving. I totally chefed this up. It looks incredible. I went outside and grabbed some parsley and washed it and put it on top of that. And to be completely real with y'all, I ain't eating that parsley, okay? But just for the looks, gorgeous. Like, we need some cinematic shots here. My hand is so shaky. That was really not it. We're gonna try it out. Wait, this is actually really good.
She's really good.
I cooked it for like 7 minutes longer. Way better than I thought. This is a 10 out of 10, considering I'm not a fish person. I will say that salmon and just fish in general are very high in protein and low in calories, so you can get satiated pretty fast while trying to be on a diet or lose weight or lean out or whatever your goal is. I do like the nutrition in the fish. I just don't love the flavor, but this tastes really good. It's not very fishy. The seasoning I used really did make all of the world of a difference. Let me show you what I used actually. So I used the Kinder's garlic and herb with sea salt and lemon. Because I didn't have any lemons, this is what I ended up using. I just squirted a little bit of this on there. So just butter, lemon juice, and the seasoning, and that was amazing. I can't wait for my husband to come home and be shocked that his wife actually wiped it up for once. This is my husband's plate. I would call that a success. All right guys, so as you just saw me make this granola bowl. So basically this is the 4th meal of my day. Greek plain yogurt with just some fruit and granola, whatever else. I drizzled some almond butter and some honey on top, but normally I don't actually do almond butter or peanut butter because that is high in calories. If you're trying to cut, then you definitely don't want to add extra calories like that. I basically eat yogurt every single night before bed, and it just fills me up really well. It makes me feel good. So that's my 4th meal of the day. For me, I cannot fall asleep if I'm hungry. It's currently 9 o'clock. I last last ate my dinner at 5, so it's been about 4 hours now, so I'm pretty hungry. That is it for this video, guys. What I eat in a day as a busy mom trying to stay fit and stay in shape, lean out, all the things. Hopefully this could just inspire you to make more food at home, simple, healthy, whole foods. I think as a culture, we've gotten into the habits of just having a ton of snacks, having a ton of processed foods, overcomplicating things, when in reality, we just need to go back to the basics, back to the roots. Let me know your feedback in the comments. I'd love to hear what ideas you guys have for the meals that you eat. And yeah, I think that's it, and I will see you in the next one.